There's an old saying in this world which goes by the words of you are who you surround yourself with. If you surround yourself around idolaters and people who use alcohol, you're gonna become one as well. If you're gonna surround yourself around addicts, you will become one as well. And it's not just the people that you surround yourself with, because there are more things than just people that are changing and shaping and molding your character. Because the problem is, the modern world, and especially Satan, is always using this one thing. Satan is using this analogy of you are who you surround yourself with to his advantage. And this is where our story starts today. Because you see, while people can have a big infliction on you and influence you a lot, there's another thing that can influence you as worse as the people you surround yourself with. And that is the things you are listening to. The things you are listening to on your phone, and especially on your headphones. And this thing is no other than music. Because you see, in the Bible, there's specifically a phrase, there's specifically a story about a king who made a law that every time when a specific music is being played, the people always have to bow down and start worshiping him. And surprisingly, that's what the people did, with no concern. And they all did that with no concern at all, like it's nothing to them. Because you see, now I know you might say the sentences to me like, oh bro, it's just music. How can it have a bad infliction on me? Because you see, it's not just the music you're listening to, but it's most importantly the lyrics that are in the music. Because what are the most common lyrics? What are the most common lyrics which you hear in every single song? Is in the modern world, especially the elites, these demons that control the world, know that music has very big power. Because I can guaranteeingly tell you this, music is extremely powerful. It's not just frequencies coming out of a speaker, it's power. Music has the power to influence and to manipulate a man. And it's no other better way than to do that through the lyrics. Because you see, what is the most common thing said in songs? The most common things, most common words, most common analogies and ideologies that are spreaded in music is always about violence. It's always about murder. It's always about self-harm. It's always about lust. Always about sexual immorality. It's always about... These are the things which you always hear in your day-to-day music. And you say it's harmless to you, while you always listen to these songs which I just mentioned that mention these phrases and these topics, and you memorize them. You memorize them bit by bit. You memorize the words. Because let me tell you this, bro. This phase of music manipulating you happens in 3 sections. The first is you listening to it, the second is memorizing it, and the third is implementing it in your life. Because you see, in the Lord's word, it's specifically written, one of his biggest commandments is specifically written in the words of that, you shall have no other gods before me. You shall not false worship. And now by false worship, the thing is that by false worship, it's not only by worshiping pagan idols, which was done back in the old days. By false worship is that I mean that you surround yourself things and put them as a higher priority than him. By listening to these evil songs and memorizing them, you are disgracing his name without even knowing it. You are putting these songs as a higher priority than him. Because the thing is that these creators you're always listening to, these music artists you're listening to, are specifically talking about these dark topics. While you're listening to their music and always just going like hyped like, oh, very good song, oh, I want to know the next lyrics, oh. You are slowly submitting yourself to them. You are slowly selling yourself to them. You are becoming a slave to them by listening to these songs, memorizing them, and worshiping them. You are slowly becoming a slave to these creators, which is the reason why you should be careful about listening to music. Because the thing is that music is not completely prohibited, alright? You can listen to music. Even I do listen to music. But it's the type of music you listen to. There are some specific types of music that are prohibited and should be cut out of your life. So pretty much if you ask me this question of, oh bro, like, what should I do? There's a very simple solution. And simply cut these creators out of your life. Don't listen to their music anymore. Forget about every single song you memorized. And start listening to different kinds of music. Find a different taste. Find a different taste. Find a type of music that is either worshipping him or is either neutral and doesn't affect you badly. Like for example, jazz. This ambience music from Dreamscape. Very good channel, by the way. Recommend you listen to some of its tracks. And the second thing which I also want you to do is to simply stop putting music as your priority. Yes, you can listen to it, but every single thing has its limits. The moment when you step out of line and go over the limits, that's where it gets worse. So do not put music as your upper priority and just abandon these demonic creators, these genuinely demonic creators that you're always worshiping. So now that we've finally reached this section where these 99% of these brain dead individuals I've left, let me tell you a gate kept secret. Let me reward you with a gate kept secret, because you, my friend, you, my brother, genuinely deserve to know this. And that is the fact that I have created a Discord server. I have created a community. I have created a community of a brotherhood. A crusade. I have created a crusade for all of us to go march and dominate. A place where you can ask me anything and I will give it to you. A place where you want a blueprint and I will give you a blueprint. A place where you can ask me absolutely anything you need and it's all yours, and it's given to you on a silver platter, especially from me. So if you want to be one of the first members of this Discord server, become exclusive members in the future of this crusade, of this brotherhood of mine, to become iconic and rememberable figures of the server, first link in the description, brother. And I will see you there. Besides the point, do not submit to this world. Do not submit to these forces of Satan. Do not submit to them. And embrace the truth. It's just like in those YouTube titles. Reject modernity, embrace masculinity. Besides the point, if you liked it, you can like and subscribe to support this ministry. I hope I will see you all tomorrow. Jesus loves you.